Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm really glad to see you here again. If this is your first time visiting the channel, make sure to subscribe and join us as we explore more survival adventures out in the wild. In today's video, we're going to learn and experience an incredibly useful survival skill, building a shelter using dry grass and reeds. This is a simple but highly effective method that can protect you from wind, cold temperatures, rain, and the harsh conditions of nature. When you find yourself in the wilderness, one of the first priorities for survival is not always food, it is finding or building a safe shelter. A good shelter helps your body maintain warmth, keeps you dry, and gives you a safe place to rest. When you have a protected space, your energy can be preserved and your mind stays calm, allowing you to think clearly and focus on the next steps of survival. The amazing thing about nature is that it already provides many materials we can use. Among them, dry grass and reeds are some of the most accessible and useful natural building materials. They are lightweight, flexible, and surprisingly effective at insulation. When layered properly, they can block wind, shed rainwater, and trap warm air inside the shelter. Imagine standing in a wide field surrounded by tall reeds swaying gently in the wind. The sound of the grass moving back and forth creates a natural rhythm, reminding you that you are completely surrounded by the wilderness. At first glance, these plants may seem fragile, but when bundled together and arranged correctly, they become a strong and reliable building material. Before we start building, the most important step is choosing the right location. A good shelter should be built on slightly higher ground so that rainwater does not collect around it. It's also a good idea to choose a spot near trees or natural barriers that can block strong winds. If there is a clean water source nearby, that's a big advantage. But you should avoid building too close to rivers or streams where water levels could rise unexpectedly. Once the location is chosen, the next step is collecting materials. This is where you begin gathering bundles of dry grass and long, straight reeds. With a simple survival knife, you can quickly cut and collect a large amount of these natural materials. When choosing reeds, try to pick the stronger, healthier stems. They will make the structure of your shelter more stable and durable. After gathering enough material, we can begin building the frame of the shelter. One of the easiest and most effective designs in the wild is the slanted lean-to shelter or the A-frame shelter. Start by placing a strong branch horizontally between two supports or against a tree. This will act as the main ridge pole. Then place smaller branches leaning against it to create the basic structure of the shelter. Once the frame is complete, we move on to the most important part, covering the structure with dry grass and reeds. This step is what transforms a simple frame into a warm and protective shelter. The grass should be layered from the bottom upward, overlapping each layer like roof shingles. This technique allows rainwater to run down the outside while keeping the inside dry. As you continue layering the grass and reeds, the shelter slowly begins to take shape. The thicker the layer of grass, the better the insulation will be. These natural materials trap pockets of air, which helps keep the inside warmer during cold nights and cooler during the heat of the day. While building the shelter, you may notice how peaceful the process feels. The sound of wind moving through the grass, the scent of dry plants, and the feeling of working with your hands to create something useful, all of it connects you deeply with nature. Survival is not only about endurance, it is also about understanding and working with the environment around you. After finishing the roof, the next important step is insulating the ground inside the shelter. This is something many beginners forget. Sleeping directly on the ground can quickly drain your body heat. To prevent this, spread a thick layer of dry grass across the floor of the shelter. This natural bedding creates insulation and provides a more comfortable place to rest. When night finally falls, you will truly appreciate the effort you put into building this shelter. Outside, the wind may be blowing and the air may be cold, but inside your small grass shelter, the space feels much warmer and more secure. A small fire placed safely near the entrance can provide additional warmth and light during the dark hours of the wilderness night. Skills like this are not only useful for survival enthusiasts but also give us a deeper appreciation for how humans once lived in harmony with nature. Long before modern houses and equipment existed, people relied on materials like grass, leaves, branches, and reeds to create their shelters. In today's video, I will guide you step by step through the entire process of building a shelter from dry grass and reeds, from selecting the location, gathering materials, building the frame, and finishing the insulation. You'll see that with patience and creativity, it's possible to build a safe and comfortable shelter using nothing but the resources nature provides. So stay with me throughout this journey. Together, we'll turn simple natural materials into a warm and reliable shelter in the middle of the wilderness. If you enjoy learning practical survival skills like this, don't forget to like the video and share it with friends who also love outdoor adventures and nature exploration. Now, let's begin today's adventure. Building a survival shelter from dry grass and reeds, a simple skill that can make the difference between struggling against nature and living in harmony with it. Let's get started.